Radio.
Great, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shit Radio. Today on the show, we got just random topics. One thing that popped up that can't get out of Liar's head is this video. Liarz, tell us about this video and then insert that in there so the audience can watch along.
All right. So what we got here, let's frame it up for you, is it looks like three people are on this tour in Jamaica, and Matthew is taking a few steps in front of the group, and you can hear the tour guide tell Matthew to be careful where he steps, and then all of a sudden Matthew falls off a cliff. And just the guy's reaction is hilarious to begin with, and the subsequent dialogue afterwards is hilarious. So I'll let everybody see the video right now.
Matthew, be careful, it's slippery right there, so. Jesus Christ! Come back, Matthew! Oh, God. Mathew Gone. Rebecca, you can't see Matthew? Oh, Jesus. Tell Matthew to come.
And that's the video. And to be honest, I have scoured, and I mean scoured, the internet to find out what happened to Matthew. All I know is Matthew's gone. That's all I know. And it seems the whole internet doesn't know what happened to Matthew. So, listeners, if you know what happened to Matthew, I want to know, is he still alive? Like, it looks like he falls off a cliff. You don't see it or anything. And you don't see, the camera doesn't pan to over the cliff or anything, so you don't see it. But what happened to Matthew? Boys, what do you think?
He joined the bobsled team.
Possibly.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. How far down did he fall? And it's in the water. So did he just fall into a canoe and go on like a rapids ride? Or did he just crack his head open and drown? It's hard to tell. And how far is that? Like, he's not over a precipice. It's not on a mountain, is it? Have you ever done that, though? I've been jogging along some cliffs once, and you go up a hill and you come down a hill, and then you notice that what's in front of you is a sheer drop in, 50 meters into the sea. If you go off-piste on these walking paths along the cliffs, you have to be careful. You don't just slide off a cliff to your death.
I do want to add that this video is absolutely hilarious. It's one of the funniest videos I've ever seen on a viral, it's one of the funniest viral videos I've ever seen. The reaction is so genuine that you can't fake it. And I feel for everybody involved, but it's hilarious.
It's instantaneous.
Yeah.
I like the video that I saw anyway. The girl says something and then he just slips off the... and he's gone.
Mathew Gone. What do you think, Brasky?
Like I said, I think he joined the Jamaican bobsled team, coached by John Candy, and they're going to do their Olympics. I don't really know what else to add to this, except, everyone in the world right now is laughing at this guy. It's probably dead. This guy probably has a family. You're all laughing at him.
Well,
he had a horrific, horrible death, just flying down a cliff. I mean, that's got to be painful. Just boom, he's gone. And then everyone around's like, "Oh, he's gone." I mean, gee, is that what we've become as a society? Really? Tragic.
Well,
tragic.
Mathew Gone. Tragic. A
tragic
got a lot of
ending.
Views, though. What's that?
Yeah.
You got a lot of views.
What is this, Running Man? Like, are we
being alive unless you got views?
Yeah, that's what we're gone to in society, Wasted. That if something gets a lot of views, it's an okay thing.
So my wife and I were talking about that, And sorry, I'll let Wasted answer. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead, Wasted.
No, it's just like that movie To Die For, where Nicole Kidman says that if you're not on TV, you're nobody. It's a bit like now, if you're not on social media, you're nobody, but you're also like a nobody if you haven't got any views or any followers.
Now, my wife and I were talking about this. We came to the conclusion that we think Matthew's okay. We think he's fine because we didn't think that they would put that video up if he died. Would they?
It's Jamaica, dude. They barbarian people with machetes there all the time. What are you talking about?
I've been to Jamaica.
You think it's fake? Didn't they stage their own death?
You've probably been to the touristy section of Jamaica where it's safe, and like all these white folks go on and go, "Oh, look how beautiful Jamaica is!" Not like how dangerous it is. Jamaica's like, if you ever seen Predator 2, where the guy at the end of Predator 2 is like trying to fight the Predator off, the fucking King something, whatever his name is, sitting over there. Jamaican gangs are not, to be trifled with, sir. I do not mess with them Jamaicans.
Oh, fuck no. I mean, fuck no. And these three people, that's what they were. They were tourists, and they obviously hired a guide. That's what we did when we were in Jamaica. We hired a guide with us, and he took us everywhere, you know? He offered to take us into Kingston if we wanted to go. He's like, you can go with me, you'll be safe. And I was like, no, I'd rather not go to Kingston, but take us to, the touristy spots. And I would imagine that this is what these three people did. They went to this touristy spot, and the guy just stepped on the wrong spot and fell off a cliff.
It'd be nice in the comments. They could be like, hey, listen, he survived. But right now, you have all these people laughing and watching and this and that. And they don't know if this poor guy's dead or not. Like I'm saying, I think this is more a common in society that we've devolved in the Running Man, watching, horrible things on TV and being desensitized to it. I mean, I don't know. I'm glad you guys got a chuckle out of it, but I'm concerned for this guy and his family. I hope he's okay. Unless he's a bad person, which I don't know either. So I don't know what to think. I'm just trying to avoid this crazy world that we are living in right now. Because boy, is it nuts. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
You watch videos where people most likely die, and everyone's like, oh, look at this. It's on viral. Oh, look how many views it's got.
The world changed when, we're getting in very dark territory here, but it was a couple of years ago. I don't even know now because of COVID. Like, I don't even know if it was before COVID or after COVID.
You can't say those words, I don't think, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. But do you remember when that guy unalived himself on, was it like Instagram or something? And it was like an Instagram live video, and it went viral, and
no, and I'm glad I don't.
Yeah, it was horrible. And I think the world changed after that. People got immediately desensitized to a whole other level of fucking shit.
We'll end it on this. We'll kind of circle back going. The world's changed, buddy. It's all I can say. It's not really great where it's heading to right now, when people need to, not worry about how many views or how many clicks. And we're saying that being hypocrites, of course, putting our content out on, podcast platforms and Rumble and YouTube. And, we're hoping to get clicks and views. But at the same time, you don't want, bad things to happen in the real world to people, like accidents or, tragic events like that. But I don't know. It's kind of how the world's going. Not my choice. Speaking of things that are at least more on the humorous side and funny, we were talking to Wasted before we started doing the show, and Wasted said something to us, and we were kind of shocked. Wasted, can you tell us about what you call freezer trash?
Oh, I was just going through YouTube Shorts, and there was this video showing some people either in Jamaica or Philippines or Taiwan, and because it's so humid and the trash, the garbage collection only comes around like once a day, at about 4 or 5 in the afternoon. They were showing that people put their trash in the freezer because of the humidity in their flats. They don't have aircon. So they put their freezer in the trash. They put it in plastic bags, and then they have a tray inside their freezer, and then they put the trash in the freezer to keep it fresh or not smelling, so it doesn't stink out of their house. And they also seem to do it overnight. So if they miss the trash collection, they put it in the freezer overnight. and then in the morning they take the frozen trash, or the next day they take the frozen trash out to the truck when it comes around. And I just wondered if they do that in America or in the South.
I've never heard of it myself, but I live in Canada where it's cold. So, would it really get that smelly in less than a day, though?
In the humidity, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had depends if you like eggshells, you get fish. You have fish in the bin all day, just rotting, and they seem to just freeze it, and then they keep it frozen until they take it to the trash the next day.
Liarz, I don't think you're understanding how humid it gets in Asia. Like, so what's the average relative humidity in Taiwan?
Probably 90%.
Jeez, man.
And
so imagine leaving your garbage outside with 90% humidity for days.
Ugh.
Yeah, eggs. You can smell everything. Eggs, really. After an hour or two, and also the apartment's small, so the kitchen is not like it's an open kitchen, maybe. Open kitchens. People don't really have kitchens. They just have like some appliances along the wall. So that's like stinking out the whole flat all weekend. And then like in the holiday times, like national holidays, everybody's on holiday. So the bin, if you've got like bin facilities in your building, they shut. And all the trucks stop coming. So you've got to store the trash like in your utility or outside on your balcony. So I think some people have realized freezing it is the best option.
So on holidays, your trash pickup stops?
Yeah.
The only...
they shut the actual facilities as well. Like some buildings have like a trash room where you have to do all the recycling and stuff. But that all shuts, and you've got to like store your trash in your apartment.
Liarz, it does here in the States too. Like anytime there's a freaking holiday, like the most random holiday, your trash gets moved up a day for when they pick it up.
Wow. The only time the trash closes here is Christmas Day and New Year's Day. All other days, if your trash day falls on a holiday, it's regular pickup.
Yeah, no, dude. It's they can be like Groundhog Day. They'd be like, it's Groundhog Day. We're not picking it up. Well, it's be a day late. Like anything that they can get a federal holiday out of, like, it's President's Day. Screw you. They'll do it.
Yeah, national holidays. Everybody's on holiday. Only maybe 7-Eleven's open. Doctors shut. Everything's shut. Restaurants. Yeah. Subway. I tried to go to Subway. I tried to go to Subway on one, and it was shut. They just take the opportunity to shut.
We're not that bad with restaurants shutting down here, but anything like government-wise, oh man, yeah, they you can't do anything really government-wise as soon as it's a federal holiday. And banks, same way, they'll take any time they can.
Yeah, banks for sure. I mean, they get all the holidays. Yeah.
Well, speaking of another thing that happened, Wasted, you're talking about smelly things, and we've gone in depth on shit radio. Can we all give me a good shit?
Shit.
We've talked in depth on bathroom adventures, and Wasted, it looks like your luck finally ran out. And shit hit the fan. Can you tell us about the incident and why your luck ran out?
Yeah, this is the shit apocalypse. I just didn't make it back. I almost made it back, but I didn't make it back. And I just basically, I was doing that sort of shuffle for the last 30 meters, and then I just realized it's going to happen. And I just basically shit in my pants outside my building, and it all just came out of my pants and down my back of my leg, and I was just frozen in panic and shame, and I was just standing there. I turned a little bit to just stop, and I could see there was one car and it had tinted windows. I didn't know if there's anybody in there, And then I just like looked around, and I was like, I knew that my like boxer shorts or whatever, like just totally soaked, and it was dripping down my leg. And all I could do, I just had to walk through like the reception. It's like marble floor. I was like,
no!
I'm just gonna like try and make it through there, because I knew if I get through the marble floor reception, I turn right, there's a toilet there. So then I like went through, and I think I didn't drop any like in the middle of the floor of the reception, and I made it like to this bathroom stall, and it was fucking everywhere, and I just like had to take my trousers off, not my trousers, my shorts, and I used the pants, my boxers are already fucked, to kind of like clean everything, and it's like it was on my shoes, yeah. And some went on the floor outside the building, and I was just like, I hope nobody saw this. This is bad. So I wasn't gonna tell this story to anybody, but seeing as it's shit radio. But yeah, I shouldn't really tell anybody. I feel like ashamed, but I don't know what happened. Like, I think the night before I ate this kind of thin sliced beef, like sukiyaki beef with instant noodles. And then in the morning, I got up and I went out to the supermarket, and I didn't shit. And I went to the supermarket. I went to eat like a bento box, like rice and chicken bento box, and then go to the supermarket. And I was in the supermarket for a long time, and I suddenly felt it. And I was like, I need to go now. I'm going to try and make it back. And I just didn't. And
I just love that you dribbled.
I stayed indoors for 2 days. Like, just considering my life and what I should do.
What
I
was
didn't
going
want
to
to leave the building.
Wait, so what was going to be your go-to excuse if the people at the building like, hey, did you just shit on the floor? You're going to be like, no, it was a dog.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just hoping that I went out after 2 days and like walked past where it happened, and there was still like some on the floor. Wow. It's like sort of like homeless style. So it's just instant noodle. Yeah. With maybe, I think the mistake I made is like I cooked this beef in some like boiling water, like thin strips of beef, and then I threw an instant noodle into it, a curry noodle into it, and stirred it around. And that just was no fiber. I don't know. But yeah, after I sort of regained my morale, I went to the supermarket and bought some potatoes and some beans because I need to like somehow have some kind of fiber. You can't eat instant noodles and then just walk around. It's too dangerous.
I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah, I wouldn't really tell you. I wouldn't really tell anybody, but I'm telling everybody on the internet. So, not my finest moment, but I normally don't give a shit about anything really. But I didn't want. If anybody did see that, I'm denying that. That wasn't me.
Denying that too.
I mean, I don't really know what to add to that. There's a lot of times like, hey, we've been there, but like, I mean, the fact that like you're concealing the evidence too, and like, just so shameful that you're just hiding in your home, your apartment, whatever it is, for 2 days afterwards is you're starting to hit new levels of this way. So it started off of you having a problem with the bathroom, the 7-Elevens and the supermarkets, but now it seems like it's escalating. You're like we might have to have an intervention with you about your shitting habits.
Yeah, I'm definitely just not eating anything.
Yeah, I think you're going down the Nick Cage route of alcoholism, but with shitting. You just keep upping the ante.
You've got to what? Yeah, but yeah, I was in shock, and also probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Like, I can't think of anything worse. The only thing good is that nobody saw me, and less that if somebody was in the tinted window Lexus or whatever that car SUV was, they must have just. I wonder if they noticed though. So I just turned near the bush, and then I knew it was going to happen. I was just like, no, fuck. And then,
Like
but it was all down my leg.
You
So
couldn't pinch the butt cheeks just a little bit further, Wasted?
No, I pinched the butt cheeks like 10 minutes before. I was like hobbling along the last 30 meters.
Why do I picture Verbal Kent from The Usual Suspects as he's walking to the car, just hobbling with the leg, and then he just lets go of the shit and then Wasted starts walking normal?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
beautiful.
I didn't make it.
Yeah, make sure you put that image up for me, Liarz.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definite. Definite. You're talking about that at the very end when Verbal's walking to the car, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
But I've been close before. You know, when you just get to the toilet, I just needed to make it like just across the reception and into that sort of like communal toilet, and I would have been all right. But I didn't make it at all. There was just no way. I couldn't clench. It just came almost as I was walking, like explosive. I would say, like when they say explosive diarrhea, it was something like that. But it was almost like not diarrhea. It was actually kind of mid diarrhea. It wasn't liquid only. It had long, stringy bits of beef fat in it. And one of them was down the back of my leg.
Oh, Wasted. Nasty.
But the toilet, that I went to, that was where it got worse. Where you just like, I was wiping everything, my legs with the shit stained pants, with the boxers. I was just using that as a general kind of wipe down, and then washing my legs in the sink and stuff like that. So that's not good.
I got nothing to add to this. Wasted, if you don't have anything to add to it, I'm gonna cue over to Liarz. And Liarz, if you don't have anything to add to this, don't want to comment anymore. Or, throw your opinion on this. I think it's time to take us out, buddy.
It's time to take us out. Thanks for listening, everybody. A very special episode of Shit Radio. Find us on YouTube. Hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment. We appreciate the comments. We try and get back to all of them. If you're not listening to us on YouTube, find us on Rumble, find us on Spotify, and wherever else you get your podcasts. And on that note...